My name is Jason Dussault. I'm a Canadian artist living in New York. The name of the show is Deconstructive-Constructive. It's works that I produced here in New York City. They're all based on imagery from my youth, specifically in comic books. I used to spend a lot of time alone reading comic books and then trying to redraw the characters. And so for me to recreate these characters in a more lasting form, really in stone and grout and resin, sort of inspires me. So I've got 2 kilns at home, and I paint the ceramics, and depending on how many coats of paint you put on the ceramic will dictate how deep and dark of a color you'll get. Mosaic is one of the oldest art forms. It's been around for thousands of years, and you can really see that in Europe. There's some beautiful mosaic pieces, and they're really inspirational. And I feel that mosaic art is maybe a little less popular than it was back then. And so for me, it's really exciting to come up with a new spin on mosaics. I haven't seen mosaics done the way that I do in different sizes. I'm not sure that I think of my artwork as necessarily just mosaics, because there's a process of creating the palette, which is like painting, literally painting, and then also the sculpture process, where I'm putting these pieces together. I'm putting them all together and then grouting them, and then in a lot of cases resining them. The piece behind me is a real special one. It's based on a piece that George Delmarco did in the 70s. He was longtime art director of the Village Voice, and he did it for Marvel, and the piece became an instant classic. It's a mashup of all the different Marvel comic book characters, and he sectioned them off into blocks, and when you step back from the piece, you've got this entirely new image, really this new sort of character. And so I was very inspired when I saw this piece. It has to be the centerpiece of my show. And also George died last year, so it was a nice homage for me, something that I could work on to pay tribute. I did a smaller representation of the large main piece for my show, and I broke it up into 80 separate little pieces of individual artwork and framed them and sent them around the world. My hope is that at one point my art will become important enough that someone will want to take the time to acquire all those little pieces of art and put them together. I don't know that I'll ever live to see the day, but it's a nice thought.
I like Jason's work because it's pop art, but it also combines the kind of expressionist element, which is hard to pull off, to combine the two things.